All right, good evening, everyone, and welcome back to our Thursday night deal reveal. What a week it has been. I hope you've had an amazing week and weekend as well. We have had hurricanes, winds, power outages, internet breakdowns, a blueprint, an office move, offers on new properties, accepted offers on others. We got community members getting deals. It is epic. There's so much happening, and I hope you're part of the action. Hope you are part of all this beautiful action. So, first and foremost, this past weekend, we had our 3-day virtual masterclass. And I do see a lot of you on the call today who were there. So, that's fantastic. It's amazing that you were there. It's amazing that you're here now. And some of you have continued to take action. So, really good for you. And another big announcement which you might not have been aware of, but JK is now on YouTube. We've actually been slowly uploading some deal reveals and some calls over the last 2 years that we've been doing these deal reveals and these community celebrations and so forth. And so come check us out. Come check us out on YouTube. You can find us there. Subscribe to the channel and go see all the deals that have been revealed over the last almost 2 years since we've started doing this on a regular basis. So it's amazing the amount of opportunities that are out there. So yes, a lot of you are joining in now. Nice to see you. Nice to see you, AZ and Brian and Darshan, Dwight, Cheryl, Francois, Gloria, Gorsharan, Mark, Mike, Puria, Rosika, Sandra, Sergio, Sterling, Theodora, Winnie. Oh my goodness, look at all that going on. It's amazing to have you all here. And of course, our extended Facebook family. I don't have eyes on you live as we do this, but now you have another opportunity to join into the action on YouTube and let us know what you think. I'm hoping to find some kind of way to have these deal reveals rated. I'd like to have some kind of voting system or casting system on this. And if anybody knows about that on YouTube, this is a new channel for us. So we're willing to learn the tricks of the trade. So we are getting excited for a bunch of things. As I just mentioned, the blueprint just completed and the record. So everything is edited. Everything has already been uploaded to the portal. And for those of you who didn't know, well, now you know. And for those of you who didn't attend the blueprint, what, that just happened? Yeah, it's the recording is available as well. So you can get a hold of us, and you're not too late yet. It just happened this past weekend. You can still jump on. So we're getting super excited. And why are we getting excited besides that? Because we are on the deal reveal, ladies and gentlemen. This is where we analyze deals lightning fast. We see that we do not need to get stuck in analysis paralysis. And today's deal, actually, I wasn't sure. Let's see if we have Tony on the line here. Tony was supposed to reveal his deal for us today, but he didn't confirm. And so I don't see him in the room. So I got my backups in place. We are going to be analyzing this deal submitted by Joe. And this is, again, your bread and butter long-term rental in a suburb of Cleveland, Ohio. So let's take a look at this one. $67,000 for this property. And let's see if this is a deal or no deal. That's where you come in, ladies and gentlemen. At any point, you can cast this is a deal or no deal for you. And honestly, you take it away. You get to swing at it if you want. Deals that come up here are often up for grabs. So, are we ready? Let's get going. So, very first step here, what do we do? We go to our good friend, the Google, we put in our address, and we start looking, what type of deal is this? Well, for 67,000, we might be thinking it is a residential deal, but who knows? So let's first of all look at Trillium. And look at that. Last sold in 2021, and Trulia is giving a number of 46,000. I know a lot of you are what do we call these? Look-sees. You like to look at the pictures. If you're going to look at the pictures, this is how fast I want you to look at them, okay? Just get a sense. If something seems to be hanging or broken, maybe spend a little extra time, but that's it. This seems just seems clean. Seems all right. Perfect. Good enough. And even that spent too much time. Keep on going. So it is a 3-1. So it is a residential, 1 to 4 unit property. So its value is based on comparables. So we want to get a sense of what this thing is worth. So here's one opinion on Trulia for 46,000. I don't like Trulia's opinion all that much, but it is an opinion. You can take a look at the sale history for this property. This property's never really been worth more than 60. Oh, there's a 75, but it didn't sell. It was listed for sale, and then they dropped the price and so forth. So really, it only ever sold for about 60 at most. Sold lastly for 46, sold for 22, even that. Wow. So not crazy high prices here. So schools, not the best schools either for this area. So that's enough time there. Let's also take a look at Zillow, because Zillow has what we call a Zestimate, and it gives another opinion of what this property might be worth. Oh my God, look at this, how interesting. A Zestimate for this property comes in at 100,000. Okay, so we've got quite a discrepancy here. We got on Trulia 42, which I don't trust, I don't really like very much. And Zillow comes in at about 100,000 with a range of 84 to 116. Interesting. Let's see what kind of comps Zillow is pulling. So this is this home, and what is it pulling from? There's this one, another 3-1 at 1232 for 27,000. Wow. This one for 1,000. This one, they're all 3-1s. Notice how they're all 3-1s. On the map here, you see that they're all proximity, 1 street, 2 streets over, and about the same square footage. Remember, this one is 1144 square feet. So quickly, we got a 60,000, we got a 46,000. So it's interesting how this 100 is coming into play here. Looking at what I see here, I'd say it would be much closer to the 50-60 range from here. But these are just opinions, which we're going to confirm before we actually pull the trigger, right? Because there's such a big discrepancy here, I'm going to go a little bit further. I'm going to go get another website, another piece of information, see if I can get more data for the comparables on this property. So you can go to icomps.com while that one's loading up. I'm going to go to Redfin as well. Just because the discrepancies are so big, I'm not trusting those initial data points that are provided. So let's see here. Let's put that property in. Off we go. Redfin's at 89. Okay, all right, pretty good. Other websites you can go to, I don't know, Icomps seems to be having a hiccup right now. You know, Total View Real Estate is another one you can go to. Total View Real Estate. Internet seems to be a little slow on these websites today. Maybe they're still picking up from the storm as well. Let's see if we can go see some extra comps on these websites. But all these websites, you see, they got the school ratings. You got some better rating schools a little further out. Similar homes nearby, we got a 75,000, 50, 43, 79,000. Doesn't look to be in the best condition for 79, but it's a 4-1-15. So this is a larger property than ours. But here's a 75. Okay. So we got some opinions at 88. We got some at 70, some at 60. Zillow's at 100. So now I'm being a little bit more confident. Here's a 95, sold recently. A little bit further out, but I'm getting a little bit more confidence that this property is worth probably, just off the first guess, right? This might be, it will need to be confirmed, but it's looking probably to be around the 70, high 70s and 80s. That's kind of where my gut feeling is going based on the initial data that we have here, all the way up to potentially 100,000. Remember, this property, right, is currently available for 67. Okay, so that might be an indication of a deal here. So that's rule number 1 of real estate. We buy at a discount. So hopefully 67 is below what this property is actually worth. And 67 plus any repairs that you might need is still below the value of the property. The second piece of the equation is cash flow. And for cash flow, we can go to this website, rentometer.com, put in the address. It's a 3-bed, 1-bath, and we take a look. So this property, we get to see all the different rental comps that we have here, and it seems pretty strong, right around the 975 to 1,000 in rent. And if this was a junker, I'd be closer to the 25th percentile. And if it was just recently renovated and with some nice upgrades, I'd be closer on the 75th percentile. But when we run these numbers, we like to stay rather conservative. So this is a house. So I'd be on the lower of the average and the median. Okay. So I'm going to go get my calculator right here. You can see it here. So what we're going to do is we're going to take that 975 or that 972, 12 months a year, most years, and then we're going to multiply by our 50%. So this property is expected to generate, if you bought this property cash, you would expect this property to generate about 4,500 net a year. Now, if purchased for 67,000, we basically see that this property, the single family home, is at an 8.7 cap rate. So here we have an 8.7 cap property, which does look like it may be below market value, to be confirmed. So based on what we said here, right, we've been in it for about 5 minutes. Is this a deal or no deal? Is this something that you think is worth pursuing? Is it worth sending an email, having a conversation, building rapport with the seller or the gatekeeper, and crafting a diamond out of this? Does this have the good bones? Does it have the good bones of a diamond? That is the question here. Let's see what you have to say. Puria says, yes, it's a deal. Excellent. Fantastic. Anybody else? Brian, deal. Beautiful. Okay. Gersharon says deal. Mark, thumbs up. Fantastic. Sterling says deal, ... Curious what those 3 dots mean. Good starting point, Sergio says. Absolutely. Wonderful. Excellent. So this is really your bread and butter. This is like Sergio says, I would definitely agree with Sergio on this one. It's a good starting point. Doesn't look like there's a whole ton of work. It looks like you're buying with some discount at purchase. You're starting right around a 9 cap, and then with a little bit of negotiation, you should be able to push it above a 10. And if there's any creative opening, then you can significantly increase the cash on cash return, decrease the money out of pocket. And if you've attended the blueprint, you know that there's even RSP opportunities, using your RSPs to finance this. I mean, it's a $67,000 property. Some of you on the call might just have that in your RSPs. And so within 3 weeks, boom, without even dealing with the bank, you can close on this opportunity. So very good. Theodora has a yes thumbs up as well. Gershwin has a little question here. And they're asking, are these deals typically submitted to the listing agent if these properties are listed on the MLS? So I'm not quite sure. The deals that we showcase here during the deal reveal are submitted by you. You send an email to info@nowfortomorrow.club, and they enter into the queue and they get revealed, right? And if we have community members who have deals that they close on, they'd like to showcase, then this is also where you get to see those deals as well. So very rarely do we have MLS deals. Very rarely are these deals represented by a realtor, because the blueprint teaches you how to locate deals off market, how to contact gatekeepers to source off market deals for you. And then from there, as much as possible, be as direct to the seller as possible. Not always possible, but as much as possible, we try to do that. So Sandra, the 0.5 factor, is it for vacancy or expenses? It's for expenses, which also factors in vacancy. The 50% rule is a beautiful. Expenses can be even higher than 50%. It could be. Oh, and AZ, you're answering Sandra. Fantastic. The expense ratio could be higher than 50% in some cases. Sometimes it's lower. And that's why the 50% is just a good rule of thumb. Typically, in these high cash flow long-term rental markets, where you can buy single family homes for $67,000. Typically, the expense ratio is lower than 50%. That's why there's more cash flow in these markets typically. And once you factor in vacancy, a 50% is still a nice rule of thumb. I even say it's a little conservative rule of thumb because the expenses might be closer to 40%. Factor in vacancy and your shit buffers, and you're closer to the 45%, 50% expense ratio. So that's how it kind of all boils down to. And yes, Puria, we can definitely get financing for properties under 100,000 in the JK community. We've got you covered. So that is it. That is the deal reveal. Hope you enjoyed today's episode as usual. And last time we covered this particular deal, and I wanted to make it clear this one was submitted by Vera, which was a motel converted to a month-to-month stay for $2 million, 28 units. And this is a real deal, ladies and gentlemen. If you're interested, if you'd like to be part of this, reach out and we'll connect you with Vera so that you can potentially make this deal happen together. This is part of the community. We all work together to get the deals happen. So the blueprint was last weekend and it was phenomenal. People were on fire. They loved it. And so that's next. That's done. The next live event is going to be our Epic Bus Tour, and it's going to be virtual on June 26th. So if anybody on the call is interested in that, you can just go to jkprograms.club/bus tour and see what that's all about and register. First time we'll do a virtual bus tour, and that's why the price is so low. And this is where we're going to reveal for the first time our magical mansion, our Harry Potter house. And that's why I'm flying into Florida on Saturday morning in the wee hours of the morning, and I'm going to go check out the property and all the beautiful work that our teams have been doing there, because we are about a week out from listing on our short-term rental sites, and it is going to be epic. We're talking huge, game-changing, especially with Airbnb's recent site makeover, where they no longer even list listing names anymore. It's just the picture, and they focus on unique experiences on the first page of their site. What we're doing, and we were not even planning for this, it just so happens we are going, this is even more apropos, it's even more on fire than we even thought originally possible. So this is where you want to be. This is what's happening. And for the blueprint, if you do want that recording, you can just go to n4t.club/blueprint. And we're going to leave this one up probably for another week or so to catch the recording. Otherwise, it'll most likely be the next live, which is, I think, end of August, which is what we've penciled it in so far. So it's quite a ways away if you want the blueprint. Yes, Mike, yes, it is an amazing house. That's fantastic. Woohoo! So have yourself a most wonderful evening. For those of you who are part of the Now for Tomorrow Club and the Now for Tomorrow community, I'll see you at 8 in the Premium Mastery Call, where we're going to continue talking about mastering negotiations. Have yourself a most wonderful evening.